How to breathe during exercises. Most people don't know, especially during static skills, because many times they need to contract the muscles so hard that they can't even imagine how to breathe during the exercise. In this video, I'm going to talk about this topic and will show you a step-by-step process so you will know how to breathe even during advanced skills like the human flag, front lever or planche. Breathing is part of our metabolism, so it's important to do it right during the exercises as well. Thanks to proper breathing, you'll be able to do more reps or longer holds. What's important in both cases is to keep your core stable and strong. If you're missing this, the movement or static position will fall apart. Most people experience this when they try a more difficult exercise like the dragon flag, for example, and as soon as they try to breathe, they can't hold the position longer. This is why it's important for you to know what to do. You need to learn the bodyweight kind of power breathing so you can do your exercises more efficiently. The point of this breathing is to be able to breathe during exercises while keeping the abdominal pressure that makes doing the exercise possible. This will ensure stability for your spine and the whole exercise. Some people can do this naturally and many others don't know how to do it. They perform the exercises incorrectly, which increases the risk of injuries. But don't worry, with the following exercises, you'll be able to learn it because we will start with low intensity. But before we start, you need to know a few things. First, you should breathe through your nose in general. Our nose is the primary organ of inhalation, which filters, warms, and moistens the air before it enters the lungs. The mouth doesn't do this. Of course, during intense exercise, there is no issue if you breathe through your mouth. But in general, you should strive for nose breathing, which will give you faster recovery between sets. Second, you should breathe to your belly and not to your chest. If you breathe to the belly, you use the diaphragm that plays a key role in core stabilization. You can check if you do this right and also improve it several ways. You can simply stand or lay down on your back with a pillow under your head and examine your breathing. If your belly elevates during inhalation, you do it right. The first way to improve this is the so-called crocodile breathing. Lay on your front and place an object like a book or shoe on your lower back and place your hands under your forehead as support. When you breathe in through your nose, you want the object to move, so you inhale to your belly. Do this for 1 to 3 minutes. The other great exercise is the 90-90 breathing, where you lay down on your back, place your legs on a chair or support on the wall, and you have a 90-degree angle in your hip and knee joint. Here, you can also use an object where you can place your hands on your lower rib cage and try to feel the expansion of your torso there. During exhalation, you can also assist the movement with a slight pressure from your hands, thus train the diaphragm. Perform this activation for 1 to 3 minutes, even several times a day. Now that you know the right technique, let's see how to build up the power breathing. The first step is to simply breathe during core activation. Stand at the wall behind you and lean to it naturally with your back and pelvis. There's going to be a gap between your lower back and the wall. That's because of the double S shape of your spine. To activate your core, you need to touch the wall with your lower back, press it to the wall. That's what we call the posterior pelvic tilt, which you need to strive for in most core exercises. What you might find interesting is that you don't have to contract your muscles that hard to do this movement. In this position, you will be able to breathe easily, and if you want, you can contract the outer layers of your abs and breathe the same way. Breathe for 30 to 60 seconds like this. If you got it, move forward. The second step is to breathe during the hollow body hold. This is a basic gymnast core exercise that you can build up gradually. If you can breathe during this exercise, you won't have issues with the others later. First, start in tuck, which will be similar to the 90-90 position you did before, except you need to squeeze your abs and elevate your upper back off the ground. Try to breathe for 30 to 60 seconds as well. If you got it, unfold the body and practice until you get to the full hollow body hold. The goal is the 45-60 seconds hold. If you got this, step to the next exercise. The third step is to breathe in the plank. Here, it won't be purely core work, but you need to activate and hold other areas. You need to depress and abduct your scapulas, maintain the tight core with posterior pelvic tilt, and support on your legs straight and tight. Breathe through your nose as you learned before. The 60-second hold is a decent level, but you can even go up to 2.5 minutes. If you want to watch a full tutorial about the gymnast plank, check it out on the channel. The last step that will give you a decent baseline if you can breathe in the LSIT. You can do this in hanging or support. The first milestone is the tuck, and the longest leverage with the maximum intensity is the full LSIT. If you can breathe during this, we can say you mastered the power breathing. The 15 seconds hold is a great goal. You can find a dedicated video about the LSIT on the channel. What you also need to know that while practicing static skills like the front lever or planche, in certain progressions you won't necessarily be able to breathe at first. In these cases, you can practice the progression with holding your breath, do a few seconds hold, and do more sets until your body adapts to the new load. The other important thing is that during isotonic or dynamic exercises, there are well-established techniques for breathing. In general, inhalation happens in the eccentric phase and exhalation in the concentric phase. So for example, in a push-up, you inhale when you descend and exhale when you push up yourself while keeping the abdominal pressure for stability. There are cases, like during inverted rows or pull-ups, when people reverse the breathing because the chest area expands during the concentric phase, so inhalation comes more naturally. In these exercises, you can also inhale before the rep, hold your breath in the concentric phase, and exhale in the eccentric phase. Try these techniques and do them during every rep. You will feel the difference, especially if you've done sets before with only holding your breath. And if you want to build a shredded physique like gymnasts have from scratch, following a thorough system from joint preparation to the advanced skills, click the link below and download the Gymnastics Method app in the App Store or Google Play Store, become a member, and get full access to all programs, tutorials, daily workouts, and much more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. If you haven't watched my earlier videos about the advanced skills I mentioned, watch the videos on the end screen now.